Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. This is Kim. I had a few people request. I had made some little resin heart ornaments, and I had a few people requesting for a tutorial. And also I had a lady that I saw her video and decided to go ahead and make some. Hers are really pretty, so I'll link her down below so you can go check her out also. But what I have is I've got everything. This is UV resin, and you can get a flashlight to work with it, and that works good. I just cannot find mine, so I did have this, and it is a you can do your nails with the resin. So I had that, so I'm just gonna use, and I've been using it for doing this for a UV light. I'm not sure how to do the mixture resin. I'm just using the UV resin on this. So we can go ahead and get started. I got mine at, let's see, Hobby Lobby. And I've just got some things, and I'll just go ahead and talk while I'm doing this. I will pause while the thing's drying because it takes like 3 minutes and sometimes even more. I did get this, and I haven't used it. It's a UV Resin Trio bundle. I haven't tried it out yet, so I'm going to just use what I have now. And I wanted to get a toothpick real quick. And I should have set up a little bit better than what I have. I can't find it. But first off, before I do anything, I want to go ahead and lay some of this down, and you can see you need to do this in kind of a bright light, not sunlight, because that'll start causing it to cure. You can also, if you don't have a UV light, you can use the sun. You can set it out. I haven't tried it yet, but that's what I'm hearing, is that you can set it out. And I'm just hoping I have enough to finish this one up. You can kind of tell where the resin flows, and you need to just cover everything up because I want to layer a piece of lace in this one. And you do want to make sure you cover everything. On my other one, I found out that I actually had, you want as less bubbles in it as possible. And what I've been doing is using a toothpick, and I had a whole little stack of those in here. Now I cannot find them for anything, of course. So I'll take this. It's just a piece of acetate. And I'll just go around and make sure there's no bubbles, or as few bubbles as can be. And then I saw a lady do this too. I didn't even bring a piece of paper, but you can also pop your bubbles just by, make sure there's nothing on that, running this, and it works really well. I can see, I don't know how, but it's kind of scary. But you just kind of run that down around, and you can see the bubbles. They kind of disappear. I don't know how that works, but also you can use gloves. I choose not to. My hands are so small that they do not fit tight, and they kind of get in the way. So I'm just kind of going around the edges like so. I'm trying to pop any bubbles that I see. And remember, guys, this is the second time I've ever done this, but, well, not the second time, second heart, I think. Yeah, this is my second heart. And with this one, look at that. I hope that doesn't dry on there. I need a wet wipe, and I didn't bring one of those either. I'm not doing too good, but I did want to show you guys how to do this. So this is just a piece of lace that I've trimmed down, and I will try to stick this up right through here and I kind of want to let it settle, But first off, and I should have sprinkled this before, but I didn't. I'm going to use this little glitter because I like the way it shines. It's Snowy Surprise. I think this will be really pretty in, this will be a Christmas ornament. I think this will be pretty in like a snowy scene. Okay, so I'll do that. And okay, so now I want to go ahead and cure this. So I will not make you wait to see this, but I'm just going to stick that over that. And I'm going to set my timer on, I'll probably do this for 2 or 3 minutes. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I left that on, kind of jiggling here, for about 3 minutes, actually 2 minutes, and then it started kind of bubbling up or like not being straight. So what I did is soft enough that I kind of put it back down flat and then put the UV ray back over it for about 1 minute longer. And now we have this. So we've got that first layer. And this is how I do it. You know, you can look up on YouTube videos, all kinds of stuff, probably how to do it. Now this was all attached together, but I cut it. And now I can't find my little other piece that I wanted to lay down. Oh no, but I trimmed it also around here, but you can lay it like this. And then I wanted this part to go up under it, if I can get it, like so. And I want that lace to stick out so you could see it just a little bit anyway. So I've got that like that. And I'm trying to not make sure that it's going to be all covered, so like to the edges, you know, make sure that it's not right on the edge. So you may have to maneuver it just a little bit to get it to where you want it and to where it's not sticking up, because you don't want those little edges poking out. And I did realize I can't find that little rose piece, guys. I don't know what I did with it. Let's see it now. I cannot find it anywhere. Let me see. I'm not even sure if I have another one like that. Oh, goodness. I'm hoping I do. But I'm not sure. And I very well may not. It was so cute. I had the little buds going up that way too, but I don't see them. So I'll leave that out. I think it'll be okay. You'll still be able to see that lace very good. Oh, goodness. I wonder, you could probably use some paper doilies also with this. I just cannot believe I lost that little piece. I don't see it under there either. Oh, well. Okay, so we're going to lay this down. Like so. Like I said, you don't want it touching anything. And now I'm thinking, since I don't have that, I may put this here. Like so. And then I can put some decorations. Uh-oh. I can put some decorations like how I did on that other one. I kind of did some around there. So we'll do that. All right, again, making sure that there's nothing there. I'm going to pour some of this UV resin on this. You're going to do it the same way as you did. Go around those edges really good. And if this is all that you're going to lay in there, you can go ahead and fill it all the way, and you'll be able to tell to the rim. And I'm hoping I can get you started just by showing this. And I'm sure this is one of those things that you just have to practice. And I hope I'm not running out, y'all. And it looks like I may. It's starting to get bubbly. I was hoping not, because I don't want to use two kinds on there. And I may have to do it, like, thin it out some way. Those are big bubbles. You can go ahead and see those, definitely. I am so hoping I have just enough to do this. There goes some more. But what you want to do is go ahead and fill it all the way. Till it's level and even at the top of the mold. So I'll start maybe working with this. Here's a little metal off of something and try. You know what I'm going to do? Before I do that, I'm kind of swish this around a little bit and maybe coat. At least I'll have to go back in and maybe pull it, but if I can get it good. It may not be up to the rim, but make sure everything's coated. And then I'll go back and pop. Because I definitely see bubbles in this one. And you can, if it moves, you can move it just a little bit. It's not a big deal. Ooh, I barely had enough to cover this. Going around the edges. Okay, then I'll take this. Just, you can see this stuff pop. I know you may not can on camera, but you can definitely see it popping. And see, you can still see that lace a little bit. And what I want to do is go ahead, maybe, I think I'm going to add a little bit more of this around, like, not where the rose is, but maybe around the edges. Just think you could use red and do some Christmas ones. I am going to do a shabby chic tree this year. So I want to do, I think I'm going to have to order some smaller little roses and things. But guess what? You can also is put in some of this little stuff too. I think I just lay some pearls in. And that one didn't do too good. So, and always rub your resin stuff off. Let's get that in the middle. Poke that all the way down like so. And you can just lay these in different places. Like that. And I have some tiny ones. If I can get them, they're so super tiny. Just kind of lay. I just think the sky's the limit on this. You can do what you'd like to with these. Uh-oh, that just flipped over, but I think it may look okay on the back. We'll put that pearl. Roses and pearls. Really pretty. Okay, so that we have that. And now I'm going to put this on for, I'm thinking about 4 minutes. So I will see you guys back in just a second. Okay, so now we've got that dried. And this is what it looks like. Make sure it still feels sticky. And this has showing some blue and pink in there, so that's kind of neat. So what I'm going to do is take it out and flip it on the back and put this light back on just for a little bit longer, maybe a minute. Okay, so if you have any little, like right here, I see there's a little bit of, because I didn't have enough resin to fill it all the way to the top. And maybe even, I'm not real sure if that's it, or all you have to do is those raised edges like that, just get you a fingernail file and scrape them off like so. And it just makes it smooth. And you can see, I'm not sure if you can see that right there, so I'm just going to get that. And it doesn't take just a minute, but I do this in some ventilated area. You don't want to be smelling the that resin. And that just smooths right out. And this one's a little thinner, but it actually covered. And I think if you just make sure everything's covered, it doesn't have to be extremely thick or just perfect or so. And I'm wondering if me using this plastic sheet, if that's causing it to bubble just a little bit. Not bubble, but kind of, I can't think of the word, kind of scrunch up and make it fold. So anyway, I've got this, and I think it's so pretty. This is like a little multicolored, and it's teeny tiny, which I wish I had gotten some bigger chain, but I don't have any, so I'm going to use this. And what I want to do is just put it like right up at the edge, not this way, but lay it to where this way, so you can see the bling. Like, do it on the side. If you can see that, I've got it turned towards the side and not flat like that. So what I've got is some B700, the little itty bitty tubes, and look at this pen. Look at that, and it fits right in, and it's just perfect. And it goes like that, and that's got a little bitty tip to it. And like I said, you can use gloves, but what I'm going to do is go ahead and put a line of this like so. And then you do have to hold it just for a little bit. So if you're wanting kind of a fast project, this really isn't it. I mean, it doesn't take long at all for what you get, because I think this is just absolutely so pretty. And this will make great Christmas presents, or a Valentine gift, or just, you know, just a happy. And that is definitely wanting to turn, so I want to get it as close to this edge as possible. I ordered some bigger rhinestone chain, so I'm hoping that'll come in. And once you get it started pretty much, and it starts drying a little bit, it becomes easier. And just work in small sections and go around putting that on that side like so. I can flip it this way and kind of look and see where it's supposed to go. It doesn't take real long for it to start drying, but it does take just a little bit at a time. It's not like hot glue, and you may could use hot glue. I want something permanent, so I'm going to use this kind of like jewelry glue. I want these to last. And I cannot wait. I want to do some ocean themed, of course, shabby chic, for my tree. And wouldn't this be cute on like a Valentine tree, if you have those, or just Valentine decor? And I'm still kind of, before it dries all the way, making sure it's pushed all the way up to this edge, or as close as possible. And then I'll put a dot here and swing that around like so. And I got all of my products on Amazon except for, oh yeah, and by the way, I want to tell you guys, this is a hard, it's a hard resin, hard type is what it's called. See how that's flipping? Just needs to get on that side for a minute. Definitely gonna want some baby wipes because your fingers get really sticky using this. Let me unwind a little bit more chain. See if I can grab it like that. Okay. Still winding this around all the way. Just want to flip a little bit. Super sticky. It does wash off though, thank goodness. Well, that's stuck to the... Keep going around. I have had so much happen these past few weeks. Just a lot of stuff. I've got a new precious grandbaby boy, and I stayed for a week with my son and his family, waiting on the birth of the baby because they they only have family. I'm the closest family they have. Her mom is about 12 hours away, and I'm 5 hours, so I went this time, and then her mom's going in the middle of, I think, September. So, and then at the same time that I was out, my boss was out. Her son developed a flesh-eating bacteria from I think they were fishing in the bay. And yeah, you know, you hear it, but you don't know anybody that that happens to, but it happened to her son, and it was very, very serious. And I'm so grateful God answers prayers, because he was not looking, it was not looking good. Even the doctor said so. But he's pulling through. He's still not out of the woods, still in the hospital, but his organs and stuff was failing. And it only took just a little short while for that to happen, which is awful scary. Don't use your good scissors. I think I'm going to have to cut a little bit more off of this. Maybe just one though. So let me see if I can do that real quick. Let's see, don't use your good scissors. Use old scissors, or better yet, some little jewelry snips would work so much better. Okay, now I want to go around and make sure to the edge really well. And just think, if you had the bigger, it would be so much prettier, I think. And I can go back, actually, and I think maybe after this dries, I may add another layer, because I think that would be pretty. So now I want to just go ahead and shut this up, and I may have to get out this other resin. I'm not sure, because we're going to start decorating. Put the cap on that. And like I said, I did tell you guys, this is hard resin. So get this out of the way. Now what I want to do is make the hanger. And I think this is dried enough that I can go ahead. You want to go ahead and put this in the middle. You can do it several ways. what I did was just kind of resin it together, and I'll have to get this back out. Don't forget, you can definitely use your lamp. But I just happen to have this, so I want to make sure that goes up front and that's pretty much in the middle. So what I want to do is just put some dots. You can also use this B700, but to kind of maybe make it dry a little bit quicker, I want to go ahead and use my UV resin if I have any left. And I'm thinking I'm going to have to... Uh-oh, I got way too much, but that's okay. I'll do it really quick so it's not going to... Let's see. I think I can do it like this, maybe. Trying to put that in the middle and go ahead and stick this under the light real quick. And then I went ahead and flipped it over, and I think is that dry? I'm going to have to clean this or get a new one. But anyway, that's how that looks, and it's still kind of wet. But that's on there really good. Isn't that amazing how that works? And you can also put some down through here, which I think will be pretty. Now, I don't know if I want to cover that up or how exactly I want to do this. Maybe just edge it right along here. And it depends on how you want it. Or you could leave it just like this. I actually cut off this part and I think I may do that again. Let me get this out. I do like that. So I may go ahead and do this one like that. We could put that like so. Like so. And look, you can even put this down. A little piece of this down. It just depends, all depends on what you'd like. So I think I'll cut off 2 small pieces of this. See what this will look like. Maybe bring this up here. Okay. Like that, and then maybe put that. So we'll go ahead and stick this down like so. Ugh. Put that like so. Put this back on. I know every time I turn this on, it's kind of bumping, and I apologize. What do you guys think? This, or maybe cut these off? I'm thinking maybe, I think I'm going to cut them off. And this is middle, pretty thin. And you could use those pieces for something else. Okay. Yeah, I cut too much off, so let's go back in and cut that. I didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. And then we'll just put that right in the middle. Of course, we're just going to use this as glue. Is pretty much what it's doing, which I think is kind of awesome. Put that down. And again, with the UV, make sure that's on there good. Okay. And it shouldn't take very long, so I'll just leave the camera on. And then we can decorate it. Let me check and see. That is a little loose, but I'm thinking by the time I put maybe my roses on it, it'll be okay. And I think I might just leave it pretty simple and put this on, because I am running out of this, what do you think, a pearl? I think so. I'm running out of this stuff. Maybe the smaller part. Like so. And then I've got this itty bitty one. Kind of cluster it right there. Let's see. I think I'll have it. That's going to be it for now. Because like I said, I don't want to use another type of UV resin. Let that cure up. I think I want to tie off. I saw the other lady, Carol, and I can't think of her. I think that's her name. I'll link her videos down below too, because I'm sure she has lots better ideas too, or different ideas maybe. That should be okay. Let me see. It is. Look how that stuck. Is that not? That's just totally awesome, I think. But that is how that's looking. And look, you can take this and go through like so. And have that like that. Or better yet, that's how I wanted it. So opposite where, let me see what I did. So instead of it going this way, I want to bring it through this way, and it'll show this. But you can use any color ribbons or all that good stuff. This is just basics, guys. Y'all can do all kinds of pretty things with this. See how that does? Yeah, I like that, definitely. And look, you can put a bow on it and fix it to where it's coming down like that. And trim that up a bit. I think that's a little bit too big, but and I saw where she was using some little ball chain, and it looked really cute, and I think that would be real cute with this one. And I'm thinking maybe that's even a little bit too big for this, so anyway, that's it. You can do anything you'd like. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that I have gave you a little bit of information and inspiration. So let me know how your project goes, and I'd love to see. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.